this is not a game over. This is an opportunity to try again, to learn from your mistakes. And, um, there's always going to be opportunities. There's always going to be growth, and there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you as far as sellers go. You may not, master that one seller, and that's okay. Learn from your mistakes, realize what you did wrong, what you could improve upon, and then do it better next time. Hey, what's up, bootstrappers? I just wanted to share this quick video with you. So growing up, I used to play old school Nintendo. Like, some of my favorite games was, actually my actual absolute awesome favorite game was The Legend of Zelda. I started playing Super Mario Brothers, and then I started playing like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! In case you ever wanted to know the code, how to get the Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, it's 007-373-0963, I think. I think, yeah, 007-393-0963 or 095. No, 0953. Try either one of those. Anyway, this is perfect that I don't actually remember those specific codes, because this video that I wanted to make for you is about, gaming. And specifically, when you lose a game, when you don't get it right, when you make a mistake and you get that ultimate game over, like, wah, 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 you just lost the game. Like, as a child, I was like, oh man, it sucks. I got to give the controller now to my brother. It's his turn now because I couldn't do it. I failed at this thing. And it was always frowned upon. Like, when you die, you're like, oh man, this is so boring. This sucks. As an adult, I now have, video consoles, of my own. Like, here we go. And I play these games, and I look forward to, if I lose, I'm like, oh, okay, it's frustrating sometimes, but guess what? I just regenerate. I start over again. GoldenEye was another one, but that was from the Nintendo 64, man. I played that thing for hours trying to beat my best friend. He was so good at it. He would we'd do the split screen, 4 screens, and we'd go after him, and he'd be 3-on-1, and he had memorized the entire regeneration map. So wherever you came back to life, he'd just go over, in the order too, you came back to life. You spawned back, he'd come over and just snipe you out. He was just a genius, this complete, just totally different level than where I was at. But the cool thing about it is you always get more turns. You always get more opportunities and more opportunities. And, as I was thinking about this applies to life as well. So in business, it's not a zero-sum game. It's you don't get to one shot and then boom, you're done. You can't talk to any more sellers. You talk to a seller, you screwed up, you didn't learn about what you're going to do. You said the wrong thing, they got mad, they hung up on you, and it was over. It's it. Game over. And I used to think this when I first got started in the game, and I was like, man. And it would debilitate me. I wouldn't pick up the phone. I wouldn't knock on the door. I'd just be so afraid, because I thought in my mind, all I had was this one shot. Because if I ruined it, then I'm gonna have to give this controller to somebody else. And while that might be true, you may only have one shot with that particular seller, that's a rare situation. There have been multiple times when I've made a seller mad, only to come back and to end up buying their house. I just closed on a transaction yesterday. Sorry, today's Sunday. This is Father's Day. On Friday, 2.5 years. One time I went to his house, knocked on his door. He wasn't there. His sister was there. Came out, chewed me out, cussed me out, chased me off her property, told me never, ever, ever to come back, that the house was never for sale and never for me, because I was cheap and I was just whatever else you wanted to throw in there. It was pretty hardcore. And I went away for a long time. I was like, man, they're never going to sell me this house. And I kept seeing it on the market. Just kept seeing it on the market. So I would drive by, I'd take a picture, do a selfie like this, take a picture, send it to him. Nothing. And then one day I had the thought to reach out to him again. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and reach out to this guy. So rather than just texting the guy like I had been, just passively, I actually picked up the phone and I called him and I said, hey, what's going on, Roger? I'm actually over here, and this is the truth. I was looking at another property down the street. I'm like, hey, I'm looking at a property down the street, drove by yours, saw it's in the same condition. What's going on? He's like, hey, how you doing? I'm going to be up there this weekend. I would love to get this thing sold. I'm like, what's your price? He's like, and he told me his price, and his price hadn't changed in 2 years. On the market's changed, but he hadn't changed. He's like, here's my price. And I'm like, done. I'll be there. When? And so that weekend I went over there with a contract ready to go. Printed out, I had everything printed on it as far as his purchase price that he wanted, so there was no gaming with him, and he signed it, and we closed on it, and it was a huge payday for me. This month here has been the first month on my own. So I've had partners in the past, but this is the first month on my own where I've actually generated over 6 figures by myself in either assignments or just money, cash in hand, cash in pocket, type of thing. And this is phenomenal for me. This is a huge growth month for me. But it all started with the idea that this is not a game over. This is an opportunity to try again, to learn from your mistakes. And there's always going to be opportunities. There's always going to be growth, and there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you as far as sellers go. You may not, master that one seller, and that's okay. Learn from your mistakes, realize what you did wrong, what you could improve upon, and then do it better next time. And after a while, enough times playing this, you're going to start to recognize patterns. And you're going to see that, most sellers are all alike. They all run into the same situations. They all run into the same types of challenges and problems. And you'll be able to categorize them like, oh, okay, this one's urgent. This one's not so urgent, but they have money issues or they have fear issues or they have family issues. Whatever it may be, you can categorize it and you can go ahead and you can start working with them. If you're starting with this mindset that, oh my gosh, I have to be perfect on the phone, I have to be perfect on the doorstep, I have to be perfect in everything that I do and I say, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to be frustrated, you're going to be burnt out, and you're going to be sad. And eventually what's going to happen is you're not going to take any action at all. And that's not going to do you or anyone any good, because all it takes is one deal to change your entire financial future, just one deal. And so the better you get at this, the better you can have these one paydays. Like, for example, this one that just closed on Friday for me. This is more money than I made. This is half of my annual salary when I first started in this business. It's a little bit more than half my annual salary when I lost my job back in 2014 before I started in this business. That's how amazing this business is. One deal can completely just change your life for the better financially forever. And then you do it over and over and over again, and your life just keeps getting better and better and better. And that's what I love about this. And so I want you to think about your opportunities that you're talking to your sellers. You're talking to prospects. That it's not a game over, you suck, you lost. It's a game over, guess what? Start again. Learn from your mistakes, become better. Like when I played The Legend of Zelda, that was my favorite game. It took me forever to get to where I needed to be. And so what I found out is that, man, this is so hard. Only to find out that once you beat the first level, it then starts over again, and you're like in a whole new level with it's like super, super hard to beat. Like you have no power, and they're like, these people have these ultimate power. And what I realized is if I started the game with using the code name Zelda, I would start in that second world. Rather than have to go all the way through it, I could start over in that second world. And I got really, really good in that second world that when I came back and I played the first world, it was like child's play. It was like super easy. It's like a walk in the park. The exact same thing happens. The more you practice on a tougher level, you can come back down to the lower levels and they become easy when originally the lower level was the hardest for you. You're like, oh, I can never get past this. Practice in the deep water, to go into the shallow water and dominate. And so I want to invite you every Monday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We get together. It's me and a bunch of other investors, and we have a training, and we go over 4 critical areas in this business: identifying opportunities, contacting sellers, evaluating the numbers, and contracting the deals. These are the basics. If you can go ahead and get good at these 4 areas, everything else is easy for you. But don't get fooled. Just because they're 4 doesn't mean that they're going to be natural for you. They're easy to understand, but they're difficult to master. But that's why we do this. We role play. We go through different scenarios. You bring on deals you do have, and there's no cost at all. This is completely free. This is my way to give back to the community and just help you. And it's also for me to sharpen my own skills. Like I said, I do these things daily, on the weekly, and it's off as far as me actually in my business, investing, doing what I do. And it's my way to give back to you. So again, if you're looking for help in these 4 critical areas, identifying opportunities, being able to contact sellers, evaluating the numbers, or contracting the deal, then come join us. There's a Zoom link. You can go ahead, you can either email me at bootstraprei@gmail.com, or go ahead and just comment wherever you see this video. In the comment section, just put in Deal Finder. This is what it is. It's a Deal Finder's training, and then or just DM me. Just go ahead and direct message me, and we'll get you the link. Look forward to seeing you guys there. Just remember, it just takes one deal to change your entire financial future, and a game over isn't a no forever. It's a let's go ahead and level up and get to the next level. See you guys.